This review has been brought to you in part by Main Irish Airsoft.
Now, most people who know me know that handguns really aren't my thing. Pistols, look, hey, they're great for plinking in the garden, but when it comes to airsoft out in the open field, let's face it, most of the sites we play in Ireland, they don't really worry about gun hits, so there's no sort of, if your gun's hit you have to use your secondary, and most people would then carry a secondary in the way of a pistol. We don't play that kind of game over here, or most sites don't play it, and therefore I find less and less reasons to bring these things out into the actual airsoft arenas. CQB is beginning to change my mind on that, because let's face it, in CQB these things are dead handy, because you might need to move very closely around a corner and an AG is just too big to actually do that. So I was in Main Irish Airsoft and they kind of said, well, do you want to have a look at that? And that was a WE 1911 MEU in tan. Tan. I love tan. Tan is one of my favourite colours in airsoft equipment, as I'm sure you've guessed at this stage, because it really sits well with anything multicam. So what do I think of this? Now, this is a green gas model, which, let's face it, under 10 degrees is going to struggle at the best of times, and I'm sure this is no different. I haven't actually brought it into field, so I've just been running a few little tests myself, and what I have found is it is exceptionally comfortable, very ergonomic, slide is full metal, and is a very crisp action, and there's actually quite a nice kick. Now it has the usual 1911 features. I already own a 1911 by KG Works, which is the black one I have, and I use that for my World War II loadout, but this is a little bit more modern in feel. Has the usual safety catch here, which can only, without that depressed, the trigger can't be pulled. With that depressed, the trigger now can. As I said, the slide is nice and crisp. The hammer is very heavy and really whacks that, and that gives you a nice kick. One of the features I do like is the fact that the mag that it comes with has a hole here to fill when you pull down the spring and catch the lever. You can then fill up from here with a speed loader rather than at the top one by one individually, which I always found a bit of a pain in the ass. So all in all, as guns go in this manner, pistols, it's cool. Now there is a thing that most people are not going to like about it. Me, I'm indifferent to them, but there are absolutely zero trades on this gun. Not one, nothing to indicate what it is, who it's made by, except for the tiny little gold sticker that you peel off saying made in Taiwan. If that's a problem for you, well then I suggest you look elsewhere, but for me, it makes no odds. I actually don't mind. As pistols go, I'm really impressed with it. As I say, ergonomically it feels right. It's just right for my hands. The trigger is nice. It has this kind of serrated edge, these kind of little teeth, which kind of actually helps you grip it with your finger. The slide, as I said, on pulling back, there's a nice kick off it for a green gas gun. Accuracy is as to be expected from any pistol. This is fairly accurate, and the strip down of this gun, which I'm going to show you how to do in a few seconds, is very quick, very easy, and a must for all gas blowback guns. You need to know how to strip them down and slightly oil them and look after them, clean them out, because, you know, let's face it, if you don't look after your equipment, it will fail. So we're going to do a quick test. But before I put the mag in and make this a live gun, we're going to put on our safety goggles, which I recommend you use even if you're plinking out in the back garden. Make sure you wear some safety glasses in case of ricochets or accidental discharge. Mag in. This is a single action gun, so you must cock it, and then we're going to use the interactive target that MIA have. It's a computerized target range. Real dinky, real good, and it proves to me what a crap pistol shooter I am. I'm really abysmal, so you'll hear a lot of missed shots. The ones that do find target are going to be at the low 4s and 5s, So just bear with me. So anyway, as I say, this is the acid test of the pistola. Mag is out. Now what I will say to you, I'm going to get the camera to pan around in a second, the grouping is exceptional. Even for me, that wasn't bad. Most of them hit the target around the 9 and the 10 mark, but even as you can see, looking down the sights, they were going where I wanted them, which was slightly to the left of bullseye, which, hey look, I'm not perfect. Okay, to strip the gun, what you must do is push back the slide until you see this little half moon crescent. On the opposite side, the pin has to be pushed, and this will then pop out. The slide will come off, and that gives you easy access to your pistol. Now, what you can then do is take out your spring, pull out all the bits and pieces. It's just a matter of pulling this gently forward, and then you can access your hop and your barrel. So that's her stripped. Put it back again, starting with the barrel. This piece goes in like so. As you can see, this is quite quick, quite easy, a little bit fiddly, but you know what, you'll get there. In goes the spring, like so, and then it's just a matter of these two grooves have to line up with the rail. On she pops, and that's her. Bringing it back to the half crescent, put in the pin, drop it in, and that's her stripped down. Now when you're greasing the gun, you don't actually use grease, you use silicone oil. It's advisable just to make sure you put a small little dab here along the rail. Again, don't spray it on, get a bit of tissue. Actually, it's better to wipe it on, and just make sure all the rails here have a little bit of oil on them. Make sure they're clean first before you oil anything, because as per usual, oil and muck stick, and that's going to ruin the gun on you. So that's her. Very, very simple, easy gun maintenance, and something that everyone needs to know how to do.
Right, so just to follow on to what Jerry did about this particular gun, which is the WE MEU 1911 in tan, and it does look rather nice, I have to admit. The lack of trades is a little bit of a disappointment to me, I have to be honest, because when you're going to go for such a specialised 1911, I think really you want to get something a little bit extra in the trades. Now you do have, you won't be able to see it here, but it does have the anchor and globe, the Marine anchor and globe logo on the pistol grip, but yeah, I think it lacks something because it doesn't have any trades. Having said that, it's very nicely made. I do like the way it's put together. I'm not a big fan of bigger pistols, primarily because I've got smaller hands than most people do, and smaller pistols, compact pistols, just feel more comfortable to me. Now, having said this does feel very nice in the hand. I think that's probably because of the rubberized grip. It does feel very nice, so I wouldn't rule it out for myself. I'll have a quick shoot of it just to see what it feels like. So fires nicely. The fact that it runs on green gas rather than CO2 as some 1911s do maybe it's lacking a little bit of power. You know, there is a lot of metal in this. The slide is big, it's full metal. So maybe you're lacking a little bit of power because it is green gas based, but a very nice pistol all the same. And if you're in the market for a 1911, you should definitely check this out because it does look nice, really nice, even without the trades.